Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went in there? Or maybe you've been chatting with someone, and their name slips your mind just seconds after they introduced themselves. If that's happened to you lately, don't worry, you're definitely not alone. These little lapses can feel frustrating, even a bit scary at times, but they're more common than you might think. And the good news is, they don't have to be part of some inevitable decline. Just like we exercise our bodies to stay physically fit, our minds need regular workouts too, especially as we get older. Keeping your brain active isn't just about doing crossword puzzles, though those can help. It's about engaging your mind in ways that are both stimulating and meaningful. And when done consistently, these mental exercises can help you stay sharper, longer. So today, we're going to talk about 6 simple but powerful mental exercises that can help delay cognitive decline and keep your brain in top shape. No complicated programs or expensive tools, just practical, everyday habits you can start right now. Let's start with something you might already be doing without even realizing it, learning something new. Yes, I know, learning at this age might sound like a chore, especially if school days feel like a distant memory. But here's the truth, your brain loves to be challenged, and every time you learn a new skill, you're helping it build new connections. That's what scientists call neuroplasticity, basically your brain's ability to rewire itself. Think about the last time you tried something completely unfamiliar. Maybe it was a new recipe, a foreign language, or even figuring out how to use a new smartphone. It might have felt a little clunky at first, but over time, your brain adjusted and got better at it. That's the beauty of learning, it stretches your mind and helps keep it agile. You don't need to go back to school or memorize textbooks. Instead, pick something that truly interests you. Have you always wanted to play the piano? Try a beginner's class online. Curious about painting? Grab some brushes and let yourself experiment. Even simple things like following a new YouTube channel about gardening or joining a book club can give your brain the novelty it craves. It's not about mastering the skill, it's about engaging with it, enjoying it, and giving your mind fresh material to work with. Now, while learning something new works one side of the brain, another great way to stimulate it is by using memory exercises. Not the kind you did in school with flashcards and quizzes, I'm talking about practical, everyday memory games that blend seamlessly into your routine. Here's an example. The next time you go grocery shopping, try to remember your list instead of writing it down. You can even make it fun by grouping items into categories, fruits, dairy, frozen foods, and visualizing where they are in the store. Then, once you're done, check your list and see how many you got right. It's a simple habit, but one that keeps your brain on its toes. Or how about this, when you meet someone new, repeat their name a few times during the conversation. Nice to meet you, Susan. So, Susan, what do you do? Not only does this help you remember names more easily, but it also strengthens the part of your brain responsible for short-term memory and attention. And if you really want to take it a step further, start telling stories from memory. Maybe you recall a trip you took 20 years ago, or a funny thing your grandchild said last week. Share it with someone, and focus on recalling as many details as you can. Where were you? What did it smell like? Who was there with you? That mental recall, especially when done out loud, is like weightlifting for your brain. Let's talk about another exercise that might surprise you, switching up your routine. Yes, I know, we tend to get comfortable doing things the same way. The same breakfast, the same route to the store, the same side of the bed. And there's nothing wrong with that, routine provides comfort. But when we shake things up a little, even in small ways, we challenge the brain to adapt and stay flexible. Try brushing your teeth with your non-dominant hand one morning. Or rearrange your kitchen drawers and see how quickly you adapt. Take a different route on your walk or drive, and pay attention to what's new or unfamiliar. These little changes force your brain to work harder, form new pathways, and stay alert. It's like sending your brain on a mini adventure, even if you're just walking to the mailbox. You might even enjoy the novelty of it. There's a sense of curiosity that comes with doing something differently, even if it's as small as trying a new cereal. And curiosity, as it turns out, is one of the best things you can nurture to stay mentally sharp. Curious people stay engaged, ask questions, and seek out new experiences, which is exactly what the brain needs to thrive. Now that we've touched on the power of learning, memory play, and breaking routine, you can probably already sense a theme here. Keeping your brain engaged doesn't require anything drastic. It's the small, intentional choices we make each day that can add up to a big difference over time. And don't worry if some of this feels a little outside your comfort zone at first. That's normal, and actually, it's a good thing. Feeling a bit challenged is a sign that your brain is working. Like a muscle that's just started lifting weights, it may feel a little sore at first, but that's how strength is built. You're not trying to become a genius overnight. You're simply giving your brain the stimulation it needs to stay active and resilient. Now that we've covered those first 3 ways to give your mind a regular workout, let's keep the momentum going and explore a few more daily habits that can make all the difference. So, we've already talked about how learning something new, challenging your memory, and breaking out of routines can give your brain the stimulation it craves. These simple changes can add excitement to your day while quietly doing the important work of keeping your mind agile. But we're not stopping there, because there are even more ways you can gently train your brain and stay mentally sharp, no matter your age. One of the most underrated mental exercises is engaging in meaningful conversation. Yes, talking. The kind of conversation where you're really present, really listening, and maybe even sharing a story or two. It might seem like second nature, but when we engage in dialogue, especially with someone who has a different perspective or life experience, it forces our brains to think, reflect, and respond thoughtfully. You've probably noticed how conversations with younger people, your grandchildren, for instance, can be especially stimulating. They see the world differently, and keeping up with their questions or explaining things from your perspective, that's a real mental workout. And it doesn't have to be deep or philosophical every time. Even chatting with a neighbor about the weather, or talking to your friend about a TV show you both enjoy, can provide that essential back and forth that exercises language, memory, and emotional intelligence. And if you really want to up the challenge, consider joining a group discussion, whether it's a local book club, a church study group, or even an online video chat. When you're sharing opinions, remembering what others said, and staying engaged in the moment, your brain is firing on all cylinders. Another powerful way to train your mind, one that's often overlooked, is mindfulness and meditation. Now, before you roll your eyes or think, "That's not for me," let me say this: you don't need to sit cross-legged on a mountaintop or chant for hours. Mindfulness is simply the practice of paying attention, on purpose, in the present moment. That's it. And it can have a profound effect on your mental clarity. Let's say you're sitting outside in the morning, having a cup of tea. Instead of letting your mind wander to your to-do list or yesterday's news, you gently bring your attention to what's around you, the warmth of the mug in your hands, the birds chirping in the trees, the scent of fresh air. This simple act of focusing on the present helps calm your mind, reduce stress, and improve your ability to concentrate. And the best part? Just a few minutes a day can make a difference. If you're someone who likes structure, you might enjoy guided meditations. There are plenty of free ones available online, with soothing voices and gentle music. Or, if you prefer something more active, try mindful walking. Just walk slowly and focus on the feeling of your feet touching the ground, the rhythm of your breath, or the sights around you. These small moments of calm strengthen your brain's ability to focus, regulate emotions, and stay clear-headed. You might be surprised at how much clearer your thoughts become after just 5 or 10 minutes of mindfulness. And if your mind wanders, that's okay. That's part of the practice, gently bringing your attention back, again and again. Each time you do, it's like doing a mental push-up. Now, we've talked a lot about solo exercises, things you can do on your own, at your own pace. But there's one more brain-boosting habit that's a little different, and that's playing games. Yes, playing. Not only is it fun, but when you play games that involve strategy, pattern recognition, or wordplay, you're giving your brain a delightful challenge. You don't have to become a chess master to get the benefits either. Card games like Bridge, Solitaire, or even a good old-fashioned game of Scrabble can do the trick. Online puzzle games, Sudoku, and apps designed to train memory and attention can be surprisingly engaging, and many are designed specifically with seniors in mind. But here's a tip: choose games that challenge you without frustrating you. If you find yourself getting too irritated or overwhelmed, switch it up. The goal is to stimulate your mind, not stress it. And if you can find someone to play with, whether it's a spouse, a friend, or even a grandchild, all the better. Social interaction plus mental challenge? That's a double win. And don't forget about creative games, too, like storytelling games or improvisation. Something as simple as making up a story together or recalling a shared memory in detail can bring joy, laughter, and a healthy mental stretch. By now, you might be noticing a pattern. Staying mentally sharp doesn't require anything extreme. It's really about staying engaged with the world, with your thoughts, and with the people around you. It's about inviting curiosity, welcoming small challenges, and giving your brain something to chew on each day. The key is consistency. Just like you wouldn't expect to build strong muscles by lifting a dumbbell once a month, your brain needs regular, gentle training to stay in shape. And here's something else to keep in mind: it's never too late to start. Whether you're 60, 70, or 90, your brain still has the ability to grow, change, and adapt. That's one of the most exciting things about it. Even small changes to your routine, or a few minutes a day spent on a new challenge, can bring meaningful benefits over time. So as you move through your week, think about how you can weave these exercises into your life. Maybe it's taking 10 minutes to learn a new word or phrase in another language. Or calling an old friend and sharing a laugh. Or even just changing the route you take on your evening walk. These aren't chores, they're opportunities. Opportunities to reconnect with your natural curiosity and keep your mind awake and alive. Let's keep this going. There are still more ways to support your brain, strengthen your focus, and feel more mentally alert as the years go on. We've already explored how learning something new, challenging your memory, shaking up your routine, having meaningful conversations, and practicing mindfulness can all help keep your mind sharp. And if you've been thinking, this actually sounds kind of fun, that's exactly the point. These aren't chores or obligations, they're ways to make your days more interesting and your mind more alive. There's one more mental exercise I want to share with you, and this one is just as important as all the rest: journaling. Now, don't let that word scare you off. I'm not talking about writing a novel or pouring your heart out every night unless you want to. Journaling can be as simple or as detailed as you like. What matters is that you're reflecting, expressing, and processing your thoughts. You see, when you write something down, whether it's what you did today, something you're grateful for, or a memory that popped into your head, you're doing several things at once. You're recalling information, organizing your thoughts, and giving your brain space to make sense of your experiences. That combination helps boost memory, improve focus, and even reduce stress. Let's say you write a few lines each evening about your day. What went well? What was a bit challenging? Who did you talk to? What did you learn? Just that small act of reflection helps your brain tidy up, like sweeping out the mental cobwebs. And if you want to take it a step further, try writing down a memory from years ago, something vivid, like a family gathering, a vacation, or a childhood story. The process of recalling and describing those moments in detail keeps your memory muscles strong. And there's something healing about journaling, too. When we name what we're feeling or thinking, it helps release the pressure of holding everything inside. That's important at any age, but especially now, when we've gathered so much wisdom, emotion, and experience over the years. Putting it down on paper gives it space to breathe and helps you stay connected to your inner world. If writing isn't your thing, you can speak your thoughts aloud into a voice recorder or share them with a friend. The point is to reflect and process. That's what gives the brain a workout. Now, at this point, you might be thinking, these all sound like good ideas, but how do I actually stick with them? That's a great question, and the answer is simple: don't try to do everything at once. Choose one thing that feels interesting, or maybe just a little challenging, and try it out for a few days. See how it feels. Let it become a small part of your day, like brushing your teeth or watering your plants. The key is consistency. These exercises don't need to take hours, they just need to be done regularly. A 10-minute game in the morning. A short journaling session before bed. A walk with mindfulness in the afternoon. It adds up. And the more you enjoy the process, the more likely you are to keep it going. And here's something important to remember: this isn't about fighting aging or pretending we're still 25. It's about embracing this chapter of life with energy, clarity, and confidence. Growing older doesn't mean growing less capable. In fact, the brain is an incredible thing. It can keep adapting, learning, and creating no matter how many candles are on the cake. Think about it. You've already spent a lifetime building knowledge, solving problems, raising families, helping others, and navigating all kinds of challenges. All of that experience means your brain has been well used. These exercises we've talked about today? They're simply ways to keep that momentum going, to honor what you've built and to keep it working well into the future. You might notice small changes at first, remembering names more easily, staying more focused during conversations, feeling less foggy in the mornings. These are signs that your brain is responding. And over time, those small wins can make a big difference in how you feel each day. Even more importantly, these habits can help protect your independence. They help you stay sharp enough to manage your schedule, make decisions confidently, and continue doing the things you love without relying on others. And really, that's what most of us want as we get older, not just to live longer, but to live better. So, take a moment and think about which of these mental exercises speaks to you most. Is it the idea of learning something new? Picking up the phone for a good chat? Or maybe taking 5 quiet minutes in the morning to simply breathe and reflect? Whatever it is, start there. There's no right or wrong way to do this, just your way. If you've made it this far in the video, give yourself a little credit. You're already doing something wonderful for your brain by simply being curious and engaged. That's how it all begins. And before we wrap up, I want to leave you with a little encouragement. Small steps matter. You don't have to overhaul your life or follow some perfect routine. Just add in these moments of mental movement, day by day, minute by minute, and they'll begin to work quietly in the background, helping you stay clear, confident, and connected. If this video helped spark a new idea for you or reminded you of something you'd like to try again, I'd love to hear about it. Feel free to share your thoughts or your favorite brain-boosting habit in the comments below. Your story might inspire someone else watching. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel so you never miss another tip on living well and aging vibrantly. We're all in this together, and every bit of support helps keep this community growing strong. Here's to staying sharp, staying curious, and living your best life at any age.